In this beginner level English podcast episode, I want to talk about drinking coffee. In this episode, I will try to talk very slow, word by word, so it will be easier for beginner English learners to understand. So, let's begin. Coffee is a very popular drink around the world. Many people love and enjoy drinking coffee every day. Coffee has a strong and rich flavor. Many people love the warmth and cozy smell of freshly made coffee. We usually associate a coffee lover with people who love drinking coffee throughout their day. Many people start making themselves a hot cup of coffee or a glass of iced coffee as soon as they wake up in the morning. I can say that I am one of those people. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is make some hot water to prepare my coffee. I always feel sleepy early in the morning. Coffee has caffeine, which helps me to wake up by giving me a boost of energy. I really like the smell of a freshly made hot coffee, especially early in the mornings. In the past, I used a coffee machine to make my coffee. However, my coffee machine stopped working a few months ago and broke down. Then I started to use a French press to make my coffee. The French press is not a machine. It is a long container with a filter to separate the coffee grounds from the water. The French press is very easy to use for coffee making. You just need to put some coffee grounds on the bottom of the French press. Then pour hot water on the coffee grounds. Then close the French press by placing its top part, which is attached to a coffee filter. I usually wait 5 minutes before pushing the filter down to separate the coffee grounds from the water. It's very easy to use to make a delicious hot cup of coffee very fast. I usually like my coffee extra sweet. To make my coffee sweet, I use a coffee creamer. I love using different coffee creamers in my coffee. Coffee creamers come in different flavors. Personally, I think vanilla and hazelnut are my favorite flavors. Some people prefer to drink cold coffee instead of hot coffee. In fact, an iced Americano, which is a type of cold coffee, is very popular in many countries. I also love drinking an iced Americano. However, I prefer to drink hot coffee in the mornings and cold coffee later in the afternoons. I love drinking both coffee and tea. In the mornings, I always drink coffee, and in the afternoons, most of the time, I drink tea. But some days, I prefer to drink coffee instead of tea. I only use my French press in the morning to make coffee because you need to clean and wash the French press and its filter after each use. I feel lazy in the afternoons to use my French press, especially to clean and wash its filter. So, in the afternoons, I prefer to use instant coffee since the coffee grounds melt themselves in the water and you don't need any extra filter to separate them. I usually use 1 teaspoon of instant coffee, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and a small amount of water to make a creamy coffee mixture. I mix the coffee, sugar, and water until they become thick and creamy. Then I add some milk and ice. I like to add a little bit of vanilla as well. Sometimes I use cinnamon powder, pumpkin spice, or honey for some extra flavors. Some people find that drinking coffee later in the day helps them feel less tired and more energetic. In the afternoons, especially after lunchtime, many people start to feel sleepy and their energy starts to run low. Because many people work in the afternoons, they cannot take a nap or sleep. To get rid of their sleepiness or tiredness, they drink coffee to help them wake up and be more productive at work. In the afternoons, many coffee shops are busy and filled with customers. If you go inside a coffee shop later in the afternoon, you will see many customers sitting and working on their computers with a hot cup of coffee or an iced coffee next to them. But people don't just come to coffee shops only to drink coffee and work. Coffee shops are not just popular spots for drinking coffee and working. They are also places to socialize, talk to people, and make friends. Coffee shops are popular places to hang out with friends and talk, while at the same time, you can enjoy having coffee, tea, or other drinks and desserts. As I said earlier, I always drink coffee in the mornings and usually tea in the afternoons. I am thinking of making another English podcast episode about drinking tea, so I hope you can wait for that episode. In the comments, let me know if you like coffee, tea, or both. Or comment if you do not like to drink any of them. And which beverage do you like to drink? Thank you so much for watching and listening to my videos. If you enjoyed this A1 through A2 beginners level English podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next episode.